Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Watercolor Instructions with Sunil Kalbandi. So today I'm going to do a landscape, classic British with rapeseed fields, a little bit of house and dark clouds, which gives you the contrast. I don't have any reference images, but I'm going to just show what I have in my mind. I've seen some photographs, but I'm not sure who to credit that photo, so I'm going to use that as a reference, but I'm going to try to do that one. So the value sketch, in terms of materials, this is a Saunders 300 grams watercolor, and I have a John Pike palette and my brushes. So I will post in the end of the video what colors and what my brushes are. If you want to see what they are, just slide it to the end and then you'll find those slides, what I'm trying to do. So I usually start with a value sketch, a little bit of horizon, a few house. So that would give a strong contrast. So I'm going to do really bright, some trees, maybe some more on the other side. Gives you a really nice dark contrast. Okay, and maybe the second tone is some dark clouds. And maybe a few more sweeping clouds. Little dark. Maybe a little clouds. That's one. Some yellow fields. And okay, so that roughly is what I'm trying to think about it. So it's not a complicated subject and it's very easy, especially if you're using a big brush stroke, but also it's very easy to screw it up. I think that's one of the things I feel is the simpler the painting, at least me, I get a little cocky and I'll have to start it over. So, but that's roughly is my plan of action. And so all I'm doing is drawing a horizon somewhere over here, bunch of house, house, maybe a smaller place. So something on that nature. I'm gonna wing that. There's gonna be some trees and there's gonna be a tree over here, but I'm not gonna do all those details. And then that's enough for me to start. I'm making sure that all these houses stay. So I'm using plenty of water. I'm going to use a little bit of yellow ochre, very loose. I'm going to just test that. That's all right. So very loose. Come over here, just enough color. When you pick up a big brush like this, it's very easy to cover a quarter sheet very easily. So I'm just paying a little attention. in the end not to. Okay. Okay, while it's slowly getting, I don't want it to be completely dry, but I want it just enough dry. While I'm going to just come in a little bit of yellow. This is Indian yellow, lemon yellow. I'm going to let it bleed in certain areas. Okay, so that a little bit of green. Okay, so while that's getting cleaned, I just want to make sure I clean my brush. I'm going to pick up a slightly smaller and go with a little more gray. So while it's not completely dry, that's all right. So I'm going to go fairly loose and then see where it goes. Okay, so I'm going to go a little dark here. You might think it is too dark, but it gives you a very strong contrast. Okay, so that's what makes the houses pop. Okay, so I'm being a little careful here. Okay, so more pigment. So that was too strong. I'm gonna pick it up and okay, and I'm gonna maybe pick up a little other. Okay, so okay, all right. So while this is getting dry, I'm gonna just pick up either some synthetic brush and maybe use ultra meridian, some teal, a lot more darker, a lot more darker. Okay, carrying on. Okay, so that is enough, and I'm going to just build a little more foreground, little green. And so, and okay, so that's all I want to do over there. Maybe add a little more dark in the front and some houses in the front. Okay. So while it's dry, I think that's a good time for me to dry it a little bit. Okay, so I'm using my rigger. Always have a little bit of rigger, taking in some burnt umber. Okay, so I'm just adding a little more branches. Okay, so some sort of a red fern. Okay, that's a little too dark. Okay, so that's getting there. And okay, so I'm going to just add a little details to the house itself now. Make sure there's a little bit of element of shadow. And some red tiles for a couple of houses at least. A little darker red tiles. Okay. Okay, and a little bit of windows. Okay, so just adding a little more foliage. This tree looks too clean. I'm scrunching up the brush. I'm just adding a little more. Okay, so a couple more branches here. And not to forget, a couple of white barks to add a little more contrast where it will look really well. So, a little bit of shadow. Okay, so what might help is a little some stuff going on, and the last but not the least, I'm going to just pull a little bit. I'm just using a fan brush over yellow. Just a little highlight on the black to stand out. Okay, that's about it. I don't want to do more than that. I hope you enjoyed it. help me out, subscribe, like, and hit the notification button. Till next time, happy watercolor paintings, and I see you in the next week. Bye. Thanks.